Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Do we have a good show for you today? Do we have one? Oh, yes, we do. We're live, motherfuckers. Now I'm going to be reacting to cooking videos. Some good, some bad, some absolutely indifferent. First one up is by Joe Bastianich's mother, Lydia Bastianich. If you don't know who Joe Bastianich is, he is the bald, mean judge from MasterChef. Personally, I think the guy is a prick that's better at making wine than cooking. And I swear on my hand of Christ, if he did not have his mother's last name, that would have been the end of Mr. Joe Bastianich.
Al brucio. Sounds like a fancy name, but basically it's, the penne.
Although I don't know why his mom feels the need to constantly have hair like an 8-year-old boy, but whatever.
Pasta. Rigata means that it has ridges, as you can see here. And what that means is that it will absorb more sauce, and it's a good mouthfeel. Boiling water, plenty.
I will say this, if you want your pasta to absorb some sauce, spend the extra couple of bucks, get the bronze cut shit.
Of it. Salt it, no oil in it, give it a mix.
Exactly. The whole idea of adding oil to boiling water. Just stir it. The oil's gonna do jack and shit.
Let that cook, and now let's make the sauce. So the al brucio sauce. I never made a sauce with a lot of rosemary. And my chef, Fortunato Nicotra, made this delicious sauce, which people just love. And it's very simple. We have oil, garlic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna crush it, but I wanna be able to pick it out. All right. And in that, we put fresh rosemary, just like that, sprigs of fresh rosemary. And that will really release a lot of the flavor. Brucio means a little spiciness. And we will add some peperoncino to that and little tomatoes. And the whole tomato, you put it right in.
All right. Okay, there's some things I'm not a fan of in this recipe already. I don't like using grape or cherry tomatoes. Well, grape tomatoes for a sauce. Cherry tomatoes can be wonderful, but you just have to use a shit ton.
That's it. I'm gonna put a bit of salt just to season the tomatoes. And I will add some of the pasta water. Just like that. Well, that's perking away. The pasta is cooking.
Well, except your pasta hasn't even come up back to the boil. How is the starch getting separated, my dear?
Guys, I love it when you connect with me on social media. So here I have Agnes at Mom's Delicious Creations sent us a great idea for
What the fuck is that?
cooking pork chops in the oven. Especially when you have a group over, the oven is the place to really cook, to put it in. So you can do one recipe.
I mean, it looks like Parmesan seared bone-in pork chops.
You have here 5 pork chops, but you can double that. Put them in the oven and breaded, they become nice and crisp and delicious. Thank you very much for your connection with me. So we let these tomatoes just cook up.
Yeah, I would love to see your fucking son's reaction to her her presenting that to him on MasterChef.
A little bit, and they'll kind of explode. Their flavors and juices will come out and really make the sauce. Chef Fortunato's secret might be just a little pinch of
I like salami. I use it all the time.
sugar. It's up to you. You want to put sugar, you can even put a little bit of honey, but that's his recipe, and I'm following
By the
his
way,
recipe.
James Cliff, you're getting really
So the
close to
tomatoes are
being
cooking down,
banned.
but I would like a little bit more kind of broken up and mashed up. So I help it up a little bit with just squashing those tomatoes right
Not to be an ass, but this is where I'd use the food processor and just grind all this to liquid.
in there.
Or the
looks
blender.
good. At this point, let me remove the garlic. That's
I don't like big tomato chunks in my sauce.
why I say, the whole garlic cloves like that crushed give you a lot of flavor, and yet you see them so you can fish them out. The rosemary branches, remember how many you put in, so this way you look for the same amount to pull out. Okay. And let's check on the pasta. You know how I cook my pasta? I always leave it a little bit al dente, so it finishes cooking in the sauce. It absorbs the sauce. And I love fishing
Okay, that's why you generally take the minute off.
it out. The one thing I say, don't rinse your pasta because you want just a little bit of stickiness to the pasta so that the sauce will adhere to that. Okay, let me add a little bit of the olive oil to give us that freshness of olive oil flavor at the end. You add that at the end of the cooking process, so this way you really get maximum flavor. This looks good to me. Okay, some cheese. And you want to add the cheese when the fire is closed because cheese is kind of a pure cheese. And so if you cook it, it will make strings and fat. You don't want to cook it. You just want to fold it in, give it some heat. So I'm looking at it, looks good just like.
So it melts just enough, or in your case, because you're using what I think is Parmesan cheese that was grated way back in the year Mummel, you want the grittiness, which is fine for some dishes, believe it or not.
Like that. And before I plate it, I'm going to put some basil in. The pasta really comes to life. Shredding it like that. I kind of love touching the product with my hands. I think that looks great. And here we go. It's such a clean aroma, so simple, so straightforward, not too saucy. And yet I guarantee you, there's a wallop of flavor in this pasta dish.
Again, I would love to see your son's reaction to being presented this on MasterChef.
Okay, then goes the ricotta. And then you just put a dollop on top of it. Why don't you mix it in? I like it like this. I like it, and Chef Fortunato, this is what he does, because you really get to taste the deliciousness of the ricotta, but it should also look beautiful when you serve it. So I'm going to make a little plate for myself, and I'll make a miniature because, you know, as much as I would like to, I don't have all that time to eat a full plate here, but I want you to know how I enjoy it. Oh, che bellezza. Now let me taste it for you. A little bit of the ricotta. Look, like this, you mix it up. Delizioso.
I'm not saying it doesn't taste good, but all I'm saying is Joe would probably blow a gasket with this served on MasterChef. All right. All right, now we'll watch one other cooking video from a guy I like. Then we're going to go into something I can't believe I'm going to say, and that's Lazy Man's ham.
Smoking and grilling with me, AB. Now check it out. I know you didn't seen that thumbnail, you didn't read that title, right? Listen, I'm getting ready to show you guys just how easy it is to make. Look, we're gonna do a white mac and cheese. So let's get it. As you guys can see, look, it's not a whole lot of ingredients.
By the way, I love grilling and smoking with AB, but if it came down to it, I'd kick his ass in a cooking competition.
And don't forget, all of the ingredients will be down in the description box below. So look, we'll start right here. Look, this is just smoked white cheddar cheese. Over here we got smoked Gouda. Obviously we got salt. Love my little salt. Like to do my little pinches. Fresh black cracked pepper. Look, this right here, look, this is heavy cream. If you guys don't have heavy cream, you can go ahead and use whole milk. We got flour, butter.
By the way, do you know what the difference between heavy cream and like skim milk is? I think it's only 12% fat.
And then we got mustard powder, right? And then of course, you know we talking about mac, right? So we gotta have these right here. These are our noodles. And speaking of noodles, I'm gonna go ahead. I got my water already, working. It's already boiling, right? Now I'm gonna give it a little stir because I don't want nothing to stick. Now I'm gonna bring this back to a boil and I'm gonna cook my noodles.
AB, did you salt your water? Please salt your water
to
for
the
the love of
instructions
God.
that's on this, right here on the package, right? Listen, I usually say al dente, but we're not gonna finish these up in the oven. We're gonna cook them just like the instructions say, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, so look, I just took my top off. My instructions said for these right here to go for about 7 to 9 minutes, so I picked 8. So let's go ahead and take this off.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I probably would have went 6 or 5. But that's me.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in
I'm
my
sure yours was delicious,
calendar.
by the way.
Shock them with that cold water to keep it from cooking.
Oh, okay. All right. I get you. You're going the other route.
And then we're gonna move over to the next step.
Because there is a school of thought with pasta bakes is they're one of the other exceptions, and you rinse them off with cold water. I don't do this because that means that all the starch on the pasta has been rinsed off. That's just me. Again, I'm not saying one way is better than the other. I'm sure there's somebody out there that does it his way that could kick my ass in a mac and cheese off.
I already put my my noodles, they're in the colander, you know what I mean? I had to get them so that, I shocked them with that cold water, right? So they don't continue to cook. Now, I want you to look right here. This is my milk. What I did was my milk, remember, this is heavy cream. I told you guys can also do, you can do whole milk also, but listen, you wanna put it in the microwave. For me, I just went ahead and warmed it up. I put it in there for about almost 2 minutes, right?
Sugar Crush, when you're talking about shocking or rinsing the pasta, in this case, they mean the exact same thing.
Do not want to boil it.
With pasta, they mean the exact same thing. Vegetables, they mean something different.
We just want to get that going, right? So now, what I'm gonna do is let's put this, let's get some heat under here. I'm gonna start with like a medium-sized heat. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with my butter. We're gonna go ahead and get
The second that cold water hits the pasta, all the starch is coming off.
this milk.
Like I said, I've heard this method for pasta bakes. I don't employ it. If you want to, that's fine. I just don't employ it. That's just me.
Now,
With the exception, the only time I do blast, shock, rinse pasta, or put cold water on top of pasta at any point is if I'm making a pasta salad. That's my only exception.
I'm gonna start introducing my flour.
Saving money feels right. Just like when things are packed tidy and tight. Get Auto.
So remember, you've been following me for a minute, especially my new people. It's just, we want to put a little bit in at a time, right? You just want this flour to absorb some of this butter, right? Then you want to just keep moving it around, cook some of that flour taste out also. I'm loving what I'm seeing right here, folks. We should be at a low heat now. So then you want to go ahead and add your warm milk to it, just like this. And we just want to get it all incorporated together. Just like.
By the way, use heavy cream. I mean, it's mac and cheese. It's never going to be fucking healthy.
Like you see. Now I'm just gonna move this around and get everything to incorporate, together and get it nice and smooth. Now you wanna add your salt and pepper, right? So you wanna give it a couple of pinches here. And we just start there. Don't forget, check your heat. Make sure we on a low setting, right? You add a little pepper to it. A lot of you guys ask me questions about, what kind of pots and stuff do I use. This right here, these are made by Hexclad, right? These are like a little bit on the higher end, But I can tell you this, you can use, one of the things that really brought my attention to it was, you can use metal utensils inside of this. And nothing has ever stuck to this. I'm gonna go ahead and add my mustard, my powder, get that in there. Give this a good mix. And now we're gonna come with that cheese, folks. That's what y'all been waiting on. We just wanna introduce a little bit at a time.
All right.
Just like this, and we'll just let this, melt.
Adding cheese to the roux.
In no particular order. I just happened to be that I started with the Gouda. The smoked cheddar. And then we just keep introducing this till we got about 2 cups of cheese.
Easiest way to do smoked cheese, just smoke it yourself. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Is it this video that I get the yellow triangle of doom on? Oh, it must be. Oh, come on, Girlin' with AB. Alright, fine. We'll move on to cooking with Jack, something I can get irritated with.
You are watching the Cooking with Jack show.
So a lot of you have ham for Easter, and a lot of you pay.
Yes, a lot of people have ham for Easter. I'm planning to do ham submarine sandwiches for me and mine with a Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce for Easter.
$100, no lie, probably even higher now, for a ham.
Wait a minute. I have to go back.
Ham for Easter, and a lot of you pay
Okay, ham for Easter.
$100, no lie,
On fucking what?
probably even higher now, for a ham from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
No! Last, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 fucking years, I've gone to the deli to buy, because again, I'm not the biggest fucking fan of ham. I mean, I'll eat a ham steak every once in a while, but it's not my favorite fucking thing. So I've, came up with creative ham sandwiches. Again, I'm not religious. I don't know why Easter is tied with ham, but fuck it, it is what it is. But no, I've not spent over $100 on a motherfucking cocksucking ham.
So I decided to do a video to show you how to cut corners, take a $22 ham, how to apply some ingredients.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh, Jack, you are now just straight up lying. You cannot take a piece of beef and jack it up to a piece of grade A beef and jack it up to Wagyu. There is nothing you can do that can improve the quality of the meat that is in that ham. And because you got the shank portion of it, which is usually the cheaper of the two pieces of ham, your ham's going to be a piece of shit because the shank portion is usually what they use in things like ham and pea soup, ham and bacon soup, anything that needs a long time.
Make it just as good, if not better. So, let's get started. Come in close. I'll show you what you need. We're going to save you some money. We bought this ham spiral cut. Sometimes it comes with seasoning and honey.
Oh my god. You've already overpaid. You've already over-fucking-paid. You've already overpaid, and this is going to be dry as fuck. This ham was smoked, cured, and cut God knows how long ago. Are you fucking retarded?
Honey packets. You can toss that crap away and make your own. Okay? So that's exactly what we did. Sometimes you can just buy a spiral cut ham. So we bought this.
Oh my god. Unless you're going to do sandwiches, never buy pre-cut ham. Cut it your fucking self. God, and Jack's giving me the yellow triangle of doom, but fuck it. I gotta pee, so I'm gonna give it a break. This is one thing that I've noticed. When I do these cooking live streams, I'm way more paranoid than when I do Lord of Patriarchy or anything like that. I don't know what it is, but cooking people are the biggest fucking cunts when it comes to using their content, even though it's fair use. Like, I'm probably one of the only people that doesn't actually fucking actively do this shit. I am transforming your fucking work and making it better, jackass. They have got to be the biggest copyright cunts on this entire fucking platform. But I have to take a restroom break. I'll be right back. All right.
We got some pineapple
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Fuck it.
juice, some brown sugar right here, some Dijon mustard, and some raw honey. Any kind of honey. But we got a thing of raw honey. Okay, you're going to pop this in the oven.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. I mean, look at that. Beyond 50% of this ham is fucking useless.
Oven, 325
No, I just got the yellow triangle of doom. That's the warning.
until this meat reaches 140 degrees. Roughly 10 to 12 minutes per pound. And then we're good to go. Then we'll show you, while this is warming up, we'll show you how to make the glaze. Okay, I forgot to tell you, the ham's in the oven. Loosely cover the ham with foil. That's all. So we don't want to burn the top or overcook the top. We're just trying to warm it up. There is a science to adding these ingredients.
No, there's not. No, there's fucking not. This is a glaze. You add sugar, you add juice, you add the honey, then you cook it down. There's not a science. There's nothing. Oh my God in heaven, fuck me to the goddamn ends of the fucking earth. I swear to God, I'm gonna have a goddamn stroke.
Any recipe, the stuff is probably going to stick to the walls. You want to add first. Then you can use the loose liquid to rinse and clean it out. Let me show you. Let's do the mustard first. Now, I'm sure not all the mustard's coming out of this measured amount. Okay? There's going to be some left. And by the way, why did I do mustard first? So I can bang on the bottom. See?
No, it's because you don't take care of yourself, so you've had like 4 strokes.
It's not all coming out.
And your left hand is paralyzed because you don't do your exercises.
So what we're going to do is, let me show you. We're going to take a little bit of pineapple juice. I'm sure you guys already know this. There we go. Get a little bit of liquid in there. Swirl it around for a while to kind of get more of the ingredients out from the mustard. I always put extra mustard in here so that if I don't get it all out, I'm okay still. All right. Then we take the honey, pour that in. Remember, we're making a double batch. The single batch
how
is
much
down
honey
below.
are you actually
Same thing
adding?
with this
Like,
box.
dude!
You got honey in there you want to get out. Grab your pineapple juice.
Dude, you don't need more honey! My God, how fucked is this dude's taste buds?
There we go. Get the lid on securely. And shake away. Watch as the chemical reaction. The whole thing
You
explodes in the studio.
What did this get for upvote? Okay, 57 upvotes to 196 downvotes.
No. Okay, we got most of it. You can pop the lid. You can always give it one more shake.
What is wrong with
Get all the
you?
last of the ingredient. My hand's all sticky now. There we go.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Brown sugar.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is all the same ingredients they're using at the store to charge you a lot.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, I'd rather buy the jar of ham glaze that was produced like shit for $5 fucking versus whatever monstrosity this is.
And it looks something like that. All right, guys. We heated the ham up to 140. It's now time to glaze it. Grab your brush and just brush it down.
Oh my God, the ham's already
I'm going to try
fucked.
and use as much as possible.
The ham's
Get in
already
between the
fucked.
layers. Give it a good push.
God, you
Right.
see all the burnt shit you should have
Let
had.
it get all over.
Oh my God, you don't roast the ham for 2 hours and then fucking goddamn.
Think your taxes are simple? You could
Goddamn,
file for
put
free
the
with H&R
motherfucking
Block.
thing back
More people
in
qualify
there.
for
Oh
H&R
my
Block free online.
God! Hams only take fucking 30 fucking minutes. You're reheating a piece of pre-cooked pork.
Okay, guys. This smells amazing. It looks amazing.
It looks like shit.
It's at temperature, ready to be eaten. It's beautiful. Looks just like the kind you buy. So let's give it a try.
No. No, it doesn't, Jack.
Oh, you got me.
And again, I know a lot of people give you sympathy because you've had like 16 strokes and they just don't want to take advantage of it. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. You're a Christian, I'm Lucifer.
I was going to sneak a piece. All right, well, since you're watching, it smells good. A lot of juice in the pan. Be real careful.
It looks just fucking burnt. Again, you should have made the whatever. I don't care.
Have fun saving money. This is $22, maybe another $10 for the glaze ingredients. Way better than $100.
Well, one, I'd never buy a pre-cut ham. Let's get that right. Two, I'd have the glaze either already in the process of being made or already made, because hams only take 15 to 20 damn minutes. You're literally reheating a piece of meat that doesn't have that much fucking moisture to begin with.
$100, okay? I got a piece here, ready to go. Here we go.
It's the best goddamn orgasmic thing he's ever had.
That is so good. So let me tell you why I was.
By the way, you're still a piece of shit father, and yeah. I don't know why you shacked up with a fucking religious cunt of a wife.
Laughing. I literally took a bite, and my mouth watered so much, I almost drooled all over me. That would have been way embarrassing. So, this is a home run, guys. Way easy. Took him maybe.
And you're keeping your older son away from his younger brother, too, you fucking piece of shit.
Hour or two to get it all taken care of. Most of it was in the oven. For Easter, I highly recommend this. Have fun with it.
How about I make a recipe called Jesus' cock for Easter? How about that? Actually, no, I think I'm going to do that with bratwurst. With a red wine barbecue sauce. On this wonderful holy day of Easter, we have Jesus' cock. Oh, I'm going to hell. All right, so try this recipe on our Weber kettle. This is Burn Pit Barbecue. And unfortunately, he looks like he's using pre-made frozen patties, which is always a bad sign.
Smoky grilled smokehouse burgers using some
Yeah, make the burgers yourself. That would be my first tip.
new charcoal today, so stick around and find out which one it is. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Greg from Burn Pit BBQ coming back. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, no.
If this is your first time, welcome to the show, but we'll make some-
Okay, we got problem 1, tube meat.
Smokehouse burgers. I've got 1.5 pounds of ground beef, 1 egg,
I'm fine with the egg and the Worcestershire sauce.
a couple
I have a bigger problem with the tube meat.
tablespoons
For burgers, again, if it's gonna be like taco meat or chili meat, I'll let it go. But
of Worcestershire sauce, and I'm using my all-purpose barbecue rub today. I'll put a link below. You can get that on Amazon or go out to our website, but it's great on just about anything. Got a couple tablespoons on there. Don't have to be too skimpy with it. Go ahead, just generously apply, mix it all together. And I'm using my Cuisinart
All right, looks like he's using a burger press.
burger press today. I did do a video review on that, so I'll post that here. But I find it's awesome to just make some quick burgers. Now this press, I always use a little bit of parchment paper over the top. Press it down, get all that air out so you have some nice compact burgers. And taking
If you would like to accomplish the exact same thing, take 2 dinner plates. Put one, as you would, on a counter. Put some parchment paper over the top. Roll a 4 to 5.3 to 6 ounce to, well, I don't know how big it gets, but anyway, roll a 1/4 to a 1/3 pound patty into a ball. Put that ball in the middle of the parchment paper. Then place another piece of parchment paper on top of that. Then take a second dinner plate, and press down. The lip on most dinner plates is sufficient to give you a nice, wonderful patty.
the parchment paper off keeps it clean and easy. Again, I'll post a link to
Okay, then why do your patties look frozen?
video of the review I did. But here you go, it just pops right off the bottom there, and it sticks a little bit.
Not
so you
so
can use a little bit
much,
of olive
but
oil or a little
whatever,
bit of,
you do you.
Pam spray on the bottom to help with that. But we're doing about 7 patties out of that 1.5 pounds that I had there. Definitely, you can use whatever beef rub, you can use whatever meat you like to do burgers. You could add some pork in there, but I was just using some Angus beef that I got butchered earlier in the year. Of course, I'm setting up my trusted kettle. Got the chimney, and I'm using the Good Charcoal brand today. This is my first time using it. My dad got a deal on it, and he's like, "Hey, have you used it?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." So let's try it out. It's lumped charcoal, so you'll get a little bit more of kind of smaller pieces mixed through.
Also, the cooking time is a lot less, sweetheart.
Out with some bigger ones. Now I will say that it burned quite quick. So once I set this,
Yeah, no shit! It's lumped charcoal! Oh my god, you're supposed to be a fucking grilling guy and you don't know the difference between lumped charcoal and briquette charcoal. One burns, yes, a hell of a lot quicker, lumped charcoal. But it also burns hotter than the halls of hell. So your food cooks a lot quicker. Or a briquette charcoal, yes, burns a lot slower, so it's a lot more useful for things that have to go low and slow. How in the fuck do you not know this?
I usually come and check on it maybe 10-15 minutes later, and about 10 minutes is already kind of fully lit. So, you know, with briquettes, it maybe takes a little bit longer.
By the way, I don't use chimneys. I think they're fucking dumb.
And they maybe burn a little bit more slower, so I actually put some Kingsford in there with it because I was gonna smoke these burgers first. So I'm using some Jack Daniel's wood chips, and I'm indirect grilling them, hitting them with some more
Which
of that
is kind of dumb for burgers,
barbecue
but
rub.
that's me.
But these are
Because
gonna
you don't
smoke
get a
for
good
about
sear,
30
you don't
minutes
get a good
on
crust on a
250-degree
burger.
grill. Now you could definitely just grill them right away, but I wanted to
And then you get every hint of that fucking smoke in that burger.
add some smoky flavor to it. And yeah, I was doing some chicken as well, but this video is all about the burgers, and these have been smoking for about a half hour. They were at about 130 internal temperature when I moved them over the coals. I'm looking for about a 155, so a little bit over.
Okay, I can already see your lumped charcoal is dying. They probably have enough left in them to get these burgers over the mark, but Oh, God. Boy, did you choose the wrong medium to cook.
Medium rare, so about medium. And I'm just going to leave them right over the coals there for a few minutes to char up just a little bit. I don't want to burn them. And I'm looking for, like I said, about a 155 into.
You're going to go with medium, and you use tube meat. Are you fucking insane?
Internal temperature there. It doesn't take too long to crisp them up once they've smoked a little bit. They're going to have that nice smoky flavor, and then you're going to have the nice char on the end. So you can see there.
Yeah, they look like dog shit. I'm not going to lie, bro. They look like dog shit.
You want to char them up on both sides. Don't leave anybody out. But you gotta pay attention. You might have some hot spots with some of those coals, so if you got some grease dripping down, you might need to navigate that. But as you can see, they look pretty good. I did some
Actually, no, that looks like shit.
chicken with it as well. But the burgers turned out great. I like that press again. It keeps it nice and uniform. It gets all the air pockets out. I toasted up some brioche buns as well.
They literally look like something that was mass produced in a factory and then repackaged, frozen, and then you just heat it up in the microwave. That's what they look like.
Well, and toasting your buns just takes it up to another level, if you know what I mean. So make sure you toast them on the grill after you're done with the burgers. And for these burgers, I'm just keeping it really simple. My smokehouse burgers, ground beef, smoke, a little bit of lettuce, brioche buns, and I'm gonna put some onions on top along with some of my bold barbecue sauce. Now you can certainly top these with whatever you'd like. You know, if you like cheese, if you like ketchup, you like mustard, pickles, onions, do whatever you like and whatever you want to put on top of your burgers. But for these, I was mixing it up just a little bit, so I was just gonna keep it real simple. Lettuce, some cut up onions, and then I'm using my bold barbecue sauce. I've really enjoyed using barbecue sauce on my burgers lately. Just adds a little bit different of a dimension. Try it out with whatever barbecue sauce you like. That's the challenge with these one-man shows. Sometimes you gotta adjust the camera yourself while you're in the middle of doing it. You know what I mean?
God, that burger looks drier than fuck.
So here we go, pouring on some barbecue sauce. This is my bold sauce. It's got a nice smoky flavor to it as well.
And you didn't make it.
A little bit of tanginess too.
You didn't make it.
And that's it. That's all I'm doing for these burgers. Smoked them.
Last time I made a burger, I actually made the barbecue sauce.
Toasted the buns. Put a little barbecue sauce on there. Now here's the moment of truth. Biting in. Big old bite. And great flavor. Great smokiness to it. You get a little bit of smoke ring too. With a little bit of pinkness in the middle.
Look, you might have a decent game, but here's a couple of pointers. One, always make your sauce ahead of time and make it from scratch. Two, do not buy fucking two burgers. Spend the extra couple of fucking dollars and buy freshly ground beef. Or spend $150 and get a meat grinder and grind the son of a bitch your goddamn self. Jesus, tap dancing, toe licking Christ. All right, here's something else that'll probably set off the Triangle of Doom, the Gay Women channel.
Welcome back to Cooking with Lesbians, a cooking show for lesbians with a lesbian.
Great! Is there any chance of titty licking?
I'm your host, Hillary, or whatever other should have been president.
Although with you, I don't know how much.
Name you can think of.
Well, Hillary Clinton would have been a disaster for the country, sweetheart.
For today's episode, we're making quesadillas. Perfect for every single American that says they love Mexican but secretly voted for Trump.
I love Mexican food, and I voted for Trump. Most Latino males voted for Trump, sweetheart.
Here's what you'll need for this apocalyptic dish. Uneducated cheese. White tortillas. Make tortillas white again. Rural trash chicken. An independent onion, which is basically a Trump onion. Mushrooms. Preferably ones that will get you...
What the fuck? You're gonna put mushrooms in this? In a quesadilla? Please tell me this is a joke. Please tell me this is not serious.
Very high later so you can live the next 4 years in a fantasy world. Okay, first things first, let's turn on every fucking light that you have on in your apartment. What does a toaster have to do with this dish? Absolutely nothing, but the climate is fine. It's fine.
Okay, this is just a bad joke video. Whatever, let's move on then. So now I'm going to go to King Cobra, the food hack.
Look, I got my favorite Cheetos, the cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. And I got some prosciutto. So by the looks of it, I think we're going to make a prosciutto sandwich. And when you make a King Cobra JFS official...
Okay, except prosciutto is kind of like Italian bacon, my friend. And look, I love bacon on everything. But too much bacon can be a problem.
prosciutto sandwich. You gotta have your olive oil infused mayo and the magic.
Do you seriously think there's any olive oil in that? If you do, I have some riverfront property to sell you in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Combination of seasoning, which I possess, which is garlic salt, onion powder, cilantro, and black pepper, some red onions. I got some of that Cherrywood smoked bacon, thick cut, pre-cooked. I took 2 pieces and tore them in half to make 4 smaller pieces. And this plate's got a little bit of grease on it, but we're gonna use that for our deal. But I'm gonna make a bacon.
How are you one of the last areas in the country not to get those much longer refrigerator-friendly 12 packs?
Cheddar jalapeno prosciutto sandwich. And to start off, we need some good bread, so I went and got some Sweetheart bread. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's at the top of the fucking bread game.
The good stuff. Montana Sweetheart bread, yes sir.
All right, let's see you make this sandwich. Got a bunch of prosciutto, got some bacon, so basically you have bacon on bacon. What is wrong with you?
I'm currently out of alcohol, but that's quite all right.
Oh, that's a problem.
Making another delicious prosciutto sandwich. If it does this cheddar bacon jalapeno, I am going to add some of this delicious Glacier Ridge Farms aged cheddar gourmet spreadable cheese, along with
Oh, no.
a couple slices of fresh mozz from the ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. And I love making my prosciutto sandwiches, man. Get this bread lightly toasted. We'll stick these slices in the toaster.
I'd say thank fuck for that.
Bacon is pre-cooked. Everything's de-thawed. The onions, a little bit of red onion action, ready to go.
The hell was that?
And it's okay if I'm out of alcohol. It don't affect me none.
No, because you're clearly high on something else.
If you want to contribute to my stash, hit me up on Cash App, PayPal, or Cameo.
You have a Cameo account? You have a Cameo account. What the fuck do people Cameo you to do?
Or donate a bottle to the cause at my P.O. box. You don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. Because the first thing we're going to add to our bread is this cheddar cheese spread. Just wait for the bread to get done toasting. I have the toaster set on 2, so it's going to lightly toast it, but not like burn the shit out of it, you know. I've recreated this recipe to a point on YouTube, but I didn't add cheddar jalapeno crunchy Cheetos. I love Cheetos, and this is my favorite flavor of Cheetos. Cheddar jalapeno.
Wait, whoa, what the fuck? Back the fucking truck up. Why are Cheetos going on your sandwich? I can understand that as a side.
Because last time I made this sandwich, I added Lay's sour cream and cheddar potato chips. My favorite flavor of Lay's. Oh, look at that. YouTube, Facebook, social media, the toast is toasted. That's fresh out of the oven. Hot.
Great.
That's hot.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we're gonna take our delicious.
Dude, why in the fuck is the yellow triangle of doom just not leaving me alone today? I've done his shit before. He don't give a fuck. He's a loser.
Cheese sauce.
And my channel isn't even monetized, so I don't give a fuck. You know what? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Got a aged cheddar jalapeno. It's not jalapeno flavored yet, but it will be soon enough. Look at that. Cheese sauce.
Of course, you get the same thing by adding 2 slices of cheese.
Alright, so now we're going to take our fork and spread the cheese sauce all over the top and bottom bun. Like, okay, class is in session. Fuck the vegan teacher. She's a... Well, I got a couple choice words for the vegan teacher, and
she's a fucking psychotic cunt. How's that?
I'm trying to watch my language.
I'm not. Alright, I have no idea what's going on. But if Fiera is still feeling froggy, I'll happily talk to you in a couple of minutes. I have to go. You have until I go to pee or get back from peeing to get to give your answer. Funnily enough, she's not here.
On Facebook, because I am friends with my grandparents on Facebook, and then probably...
Oh, I'm not opening up the lines. I'll open up. All right. You feeling froggy? You wanna talk on Lord of Patriarchy, Fiera?
I don't want to hear their grandson cussing up a storm. Anyway.
I wouldn't give a sauteed rat's cunt if my grandparents seen their grandson cussing up a storm. They've already seen you taking drugs and drinking a shit ton. Alright. That ends this, whatever the fuck this was, because I keep getting the yellow triangle of doom. Anyway, I will see everyone in a couple of minutes if you care to go over to my other channel, Lord of Patriarchy.